So is she right in wanting to take this guy that she works with to human resources? In her email that she sent us, she said, I work with this obnoxious guy.
Ugh, me too. Sorry.
Who are you talking about? I work with this obnoxious guy too. This annoying Cajun man.
What are you talking about?
They say this obnoxious guy gives off these real chauvinistic vibes. And she said it doesn't help that he kind of looks like that Andrew Tate guy, almost like his doppelganger.
Who's Andrew Tate?
You would hate him.
Oh.
Yeah. Just think of the biggest chauvinist pig that you could in your mind.
Okay.
Shaved head, facial hair, dark glasses.
You would just, you would not.
Yeah, I guess this guy has the same kind of Andrew Tate-like energy. He's a flashy dresser. He walks with this strut like his S-bomb don't stink. He also seems to have this creepy characteristic where his eyes linger in places they shouldn't for a little too long. He drives a really expensive car, of course, and always has the latest in tech gadgets, which he's always showing off. Well, unfortunately, this guy is on my sales team, and we work together constantly doing presentations. Well, I was driving to one of the presentations when I FaceTimed him to go over some of the figures before we had to present. He, of course, has these new Meta glasses. And he's been showing me the whole sales deck while wearing them that we had prepared. Well, I'm in the car driving, and after going over the deck, we talk for a few more points. My phone has this holder that's right on the car dash, and the next time I kind of glance down at my phone, all I see is a penis. I immediately ask, what the hell am I looking at? He responded by saying, whoops, must have forgotten to switch off my Meta glasses. Well, what it was, this guy was at the urinal in the bathroom by now, and I hear him chuckle a little bit, and then he hangs up. I was so rattled by what had just happened that I couldn't even focus on anything for the rest of the day and kind of blew the whole presentation. And then when I came home, I was livid and told my husband what I saw. Now, my husband wasn't happy by any means that I had seen my coworker's penis, but he was sympathetic and said, I guess I see how it could happen. You're switching back and forth and you forgot you had the Meta glasses on, then you go to the urinal. And
No.
Doesn't matter.
The fact that he laughed tells me no. You said you heard a giggle, you heard a chuckle.
This is an easy one.
That to me right there is, we are definitely turning him in.
So she said, I'm not so forgiving as my husband, and I think he did this intentionally. Now, I would love to be off this guy's team anyway, and I'm thinking about just turning him into my HR department. But my husband says, look, you don't know for sure, and this could ruin his career and reputation. I mean, don't you think this is going a little bit too far?
He giggled after she saw his dong. It's not too far.
The other thing, too, is if I'm the owner of a company and I got some bonehead doing that, I want to know about this idiot.
Bonehead?
So I can get, you can't have that. You can't have chances like that.
That is sloppy.
That's sloppy.
Is setting yourself up for lawsuits as an employer.
Okay, let's say he's telling the truth. Even on that level, it's a terrible thing because you're really showing how careless you are. Second of all, I don't think he was a fake thing. I think he knew what he was doing.
She doesn't have to go to the HR and say that she thought he did it on purpose because she doesn't know.
Yeah.
All she has to say is that it happened. And that right there should be enough to have him removed from her team, possibly removed from the gig.
At minimum, the manager or the owner needs to go, dude, what's going on here?
If your coworker sees your D because you made a mistake and showed her your D, you don't deserve to work there anymore. That's what happens when you make a colossal mistake. You lose your job.
If somebody accidentally saw one of our privates, we would be called into a meeting. Whether it was done on purpose or not, you're called into a meeting for those kind of things.
Yeah, your husband's giving you bad advice. I would definitely do this because if you don't, he's going to do this to another chick, and then you're going to feel bad when you have to hear about him doing it to some girl half your age, and she's all upset about it when you had the power to stop this now.
Also, too, if you're really sorry and you're mortified, you're apologizing
Yes,
up and
you're
down.
contrite.
You're embarrassed.
You don't giggle and hang up.
You are making it. You're trying to make it right. You actually go to the boss and say, "Look, this happened, and I did not mean for this to happen." You don't giggle. I ain't buying this story at all. all.
I'm curious how easy it is for this to happen. Anybody that has the Meta glasses, could you stay connected to a call and you not realize it and you go to the bathroom and the person's actually watching you and you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea these things were still.
I'm curious
and
where they
connected.
work. I'd love to know where they work.
This is a business, and he is a liability.
Okay. Well, that is the ultimate question here. What say you? Should this wife report this guy to HR? Her husband's concerned that you're going to ruin his career. Does that even go into your thinking at all?
The husband's a dope. First of all, if your wife comes home and tells you something this happens, your loyalty is with the pig that showed your wife the peen. No.
Yeah, this is a breakup.
Oh, divorce galore, Kevin.
Divorce your husband and turn this guy in.
Wallace Pennington, it's heard enough. I'm out.
Case closed, Kevin.
Well, I got a text here from an HR professional. It says, yeah, you should tell HR, but it's going to be a he said, she said situation. She probably should have taken a screenshot just to have proof, even though it is gross and you may not think it in the moment. And drive
Screen pain.
Yeah.
Exactly. People don't think like that in the moment.
Yeah, I think she was just so like, what am I looking at?
Oh, where's my phone at? Let me screenshot it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure if she could go back, she probably would do that. So, should she report this guy to HR? 80% of people say yes.
20%.
20% show their peen.
Exactly.
Is that what it
Those
is?
are official KVJ numbers.
Kevin, 2 out of 10 chat remembers.
Like to show their peen.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.